A Minnesota postal worker died of a stroke in police custody after officers ignored his symptoms for hours. Here's what happened. The family of Kingsley Bimpong, a 50-year-old Minnesota postal worker who died of a stroke in police custody last year, has filed a wrongful death suit against 3 Eagan police officers, Dakota County, and 10 Dakota County correctional officers who allegedly ignored signs of medical distress in Bimpong for 5.5 hours, wrongfully assuming that he was intoxicated. Bimpong was arrested in November 2024 after he left work early due to a headache, then drove into oncoming traffic while driving home. Footage from the body camera of the officer who pulled him over showed that he was exhibiting serious physical and cognitive abnormalities, the lawsuit states. Bimpong was reportedly unable to give basic information to responding officers, including his own name, where he was coming from, where he was going, or where he lived. According to the lawsuit, officers at the scene called a drug recognition evaluator, who did not complete a routine 12-step evaluation to determine whether Bimpong was under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Responding officers noted that there were no smells or physical evidence that Bimpong had used drugs or alcohol. The lawsuit states that officers had multiple conversations throughout the day about whether he was suffering from a serious medical issue. Bimpong was placed under arrest and taken to the Eagan Police Department for a blood test, where he allegedly stumbled, remained confused, and at times nodded off to sleep. An emergency medical provider at the station reportedly asked officers if they were planning on taking Bimpong to a hospital, but officers responded, "It's a whole thing," and proceeded to transport him to the Dakota County Jail. While en route, one officer's body camera recorded him saying, "Is this dude having a stroke?" with the word stroke being cut off because the officer allegedly muted his camera. Despite needing assistance to walk into the jail, Bimpong's booking paperwork stated that he did not require further evaluation. Multiple officers observed Bimpong rolling around and struggling on the ground for several hours while in his cell, but still marked his status as okay, according to the lawsuit. After approximately 3.5 hours, a nurse entered his cell and discovered him cold to the touch and unresponsive. The nurse administered Narcan 3 times with no response. Bimpong was finally transported to a hospital where alcohol and drug screens came back negative, while a CT scan showed a hemorrhage and swelling in his brain. The lawsuit states that police and correctional officers acted on incorrect and unfounded assumptions about Kingsley as justification for treating a person suffering from classic stroke symptoms with callous indifference that resulted in his death. An investigation after the incident found that officers violated state law by failing to document any emergency medical information and refraining from conducting a required mental health screening. Bimpong's family is seeking $120 million in damages and policy changes at the Dakota County Jail.